Hi, second grade. You guys have been doing such a great job working on your reading and writing assignments that have all focused on fairy tales for the last few weeks. Now, as you might have heard, unfortunately, tomorrow will be my last day being your student teacher. But I wanted to read you one last fairy tale book that I really like, and I think you're going to like it a lot too because it's different than all the other fairy tale stories that we've been reading, and you're about to see why. So the name of this book is called The End, and it's written by David LaRochelle. And as you can see on the cover right here, it has lots of typical fairy tale elements, such as a fire-breathing dragon. It has a princess and a prince, and a big giant castle in the background. So these are some things that you've seen in plenty of the stories you've been reading. But pay attention to the way that this book is written. So the title is The End. And they all lived happily ever after. They lived happily ever after because the soggy knight fell in love with the clever princess. The knight fell in love with the princess because she poured a big bowl of lemonade on top of his head. She poured a bowl of lemonade on top of his head because the knight's curly red beard was on fire. His curly red beard was on fire because he had been tickling a great green dragon. He had been tickling a great green dragon because the dragon would not stop crying. The dragon would not stop crying because 100 bunny rabbits had hopped into his cave and frightened him. 100 bunny rabbits had hopped into the dragon's cave because they were trying to escape an enormous tomato rolling down the hill. The enormous tomato was rolling down the hill because it had been hit by a flying teacup. It had been hit by a flying teacup because a hungry giant was throwing a temper tantrum. The giant was throwing a tantrum because the cook did not make him lemon cheesecake for dessert. The cook did not make him his lemon cheesecake for dessert because there were no lemons left at the market. And there were no lemons left at the market because once upon a time a clever princess decided to make a big bowl of lemonade. The end, or the beginning. So I wanted to read you guys this backwards book because the last month or so has been kind of backwards. Your homework became schoolwork and your schoolwork became homework. But all jokes aside, you guys have been doing such a great job at this learning from home. I know it's really tough and there's probably a lot going on that makes it really hard to focus and really hard without having, your friends there with you every day and your teachers that you're used to seeing every day. So I'm really proud of you all for all the work that you've been doing. I also wanted to read you this book because it's called The End, and unfortunately this is the end of my time being your student teacher. And it's also, strangely, the end of me being a student. So luckily, I'm going to be graduating on November 1st, a few months from now, even though I should have been graduating 2 weeks from now. And I'm really excited for that because it means that one day I get to have my own classroom. And I am so thankful that you guys let me come into your classroom so that I can learn from you and hopefully be a great teacher like Mr. Mitchell one day and have great students like you guys. So thank you for everything that you guys have taught me. I cannot wait to see where you're all going to end up because you are such smart and kind children, and I know that wherever you end up, it's going to be so great. And maybe even one day, if I'm lucky, I'll see you in my own classroom. That would be kind of funny. But I hope you guys have a great summer, a great rest of your year, and I hope that everything goes well and you all stay very safe and very healthy.